be here with you sharing truths, certainly not to be taken for like granted. Like there's a cost to me sharing things, and that is that people might judge me. It could affect my potential job, professional life, and and so when I was, at coming out of high school, I was resentful towards life, low self-esteem, and consequentially, I was, when you don't really respect yourself, and when you're also poor and naive, you you're desperate for some type of approval or friendship, and so I was preyed upon by predatory gay men, and this was mainly as I just just that I attracted them to me because I was vulnerable and low self-esteem and basically in a low energy. But what's more should be more compelling or moving than that is that, well, several things. It's like one of them is, in taking responsibility for it. Yeah, you could actually say that I used my body in order to seduce them. Like it's not just they seducing me with some, offering me a place to stay, or because I was poor, and I was also mentally kind of spaced out, like just not focused, like people who are who have like very active brains or whatnot, they don't they have a they get bored. People like me who I'd say have like maybe certain odd brains, they just don't do well unless they really are exercising a lot and really just channeling their energy. Otherwise they just end up being sporadically putting their energy all over the place and not making any progress in personal or career life. They just kind of are indecisive, and it's that energy of indecision that leads to people manipulating you, or because if you don't have goals, then you end up being targeted by people who do have willpower, which in the instance of me, it was predatory homosexual men. And so the reality is, why was that? And the biggest answer I've been able to come up with as to why I had low self-esteem was because I hated myself, because the people who I labeled parents were people I didn't like. And at the same time, even if I liked them, it's still, people don't, I think, naturally like labeling somebody a higher authority, because it's like that's your personal life. It's one thing labeling a higher authority, like you label somebody your supervisor at work. That's in your professional life. But if you, in your personal life, you should be your own final authority. Like even when it comes to people who are skilled and can help you, like like doctors, psychologists, accountants, or just smart people, maybe security or just police, whoever who are these authorities. Like they can offer protection to you and good advice, but it's specialized, and you should see it as you hiring them. Like, oh well, I hire this person to be my doctor for this matter, and overall, I mean, you should kind of be able to play those roles for yourself, like study if you have an illness, use preventative measures like lots of exercise and healthy foods, and and writing down your thoughts so that you can manage your conscience, and so you don't need to have, psychological intervention. Although everything depends, and all things to consider into the realm of life. But the key point is that when you label somebody like a mother and father, which is like a generic figure of authority, it makes you resentful. It makes you upset at yourself. It makes you upset at them for not always being there to financially and emotionally support you. And that's a good thing for if you have people who you like. But if you have biological if you have people who you refer to as parents, as the role of parent, if you have them in your head and you actually don't like them, like you don't like their values, you don't like their religion, whatever it is, then it creates this heavy internal cognitive dissonance where you're labeling somebody your authority, but you hate them. And what that does is it makes it makes the brain decide that, hey, you know what, this is, I don't like life, I don't like my experience of it, and so I just want to engage in self-destructive behaviors towards the body, such as exposing the body to unhealthy things, or whatever it may be. But the thing here, guys, is we need to be conscious of this. But I also want to suggest something else on another subject, is this whole idea of willpower and focus. It's like, for example, I have like different agendas that I think about being an activist or speaking out on, such as anything from veganism to avoiding premarital intimacy to what else? What else? Well, let's just take those as an example. But the question is, which one is more important of a cause for me to go for? Like, there are lots of causes out there, is what I'm saying. And in life, it's I think our moral obligation as human beings to be honest and look out into the world and decide what we think is lacking. Maybe we think it's entertainment, being a comedian. Maybe we think it's being a doctor in some specialized area. Maybe we think it's being a voice in politics. Maybe it's just that we need more tradesmen to do a trade and have a normal, stable family and just live a worker bee kind of an ordinary existence, and have your biggest creation not be that you fought for some cause, or not be that you saved the world in some way, but that you just raised children and took care of a wife. You need to decide what your number one thing is, because when you decide that, and when you remind yourself of that, and when you become obsessed with it, which is a healthy obsession. And of course, we should have other things we do before taking on some things, like you should really be able to fine-tune your health, like exercise routine, and get that really down good, because then that's like a, what's it called, like a macro, it's called like a meta, it's like a meta thing, it's like an overarching thing. It's like, if you have some steady income and some good health, then you can do whatever else you want. You can go into either saving the world, having a family, everything. So there's that. But the point is it's where you put your willpower. It's where you have your energy. It's where you have your, who you are trying to be, and it has to do with having a calendar, writing stuff down, eliminating certain people from your life, and just really focusing on who you want. Because if you don't take control of your time, if you don't write down in calendars, if you don't do all of that, then inevitably other people with their willpower are going to influence and have authority over you. So glad I got to express that, and much aloha to you. Hope this revelation and philosophy allows you to move forward as a stronger person, and realizing that it's people like me who can inspire you to talk about things, maybe a messy breakup that you had, maybe some mistake you've made in your life that may be embarrassing, but when we speak about the problems and review our own past and the past of other humans, then that's how we prevent it. We assess, we analyze the past, and that's how we prevent future problems, and that's how society improves. But it's only through the courage of actions that I'm doing, like this revelatory perspective. It's like a revelatory confiding in you. So aloha to you.